James, are you making coffee when we're trying to do the GameFront update?
Listen, you son of a bitch. This is the most professional thing I can do. I've been drinking all morning, which is a personal rule I have had against. I've been drinking booze all morning playing the day one walkthrough, so I need to have some coffee or else I can't do this update professionally.
Drinking on the job. James Heaney, ladies and gentlemen. GameFront!
Update!
GameFront!
Update!
GameFront update!
Update!
Coffee edition! Special coffee edition!
This is how you make coffee. If you there's only two ways better than making coffee through a cone drip like this. One way is the best way is the Shamrock thing from Starbucks, and I'm sure that they're not the only people with it, and I'm embarrassed to even mention such a high-profile name, but they have this suction process. It's amazing. I fucking hate them, but it's amazing. Second, and the best way for people at home to do it is a French press. Third best way is to make it through these cone filter
You're leaking.
things. I mean, this is the way it goes. But yeah, so I should be good. This is the flask I was using earlier. I'm starting to sober up. I ate a big meal after recording some of the day one stuff.
How hammered would you say that you were throughout the whole process?
Oh man, Mitch, I don't want to spoil anything, but the first video I was like, this isn't so bad, because it wasn't my idea.
Yeah.
It was other people's ideas, and I was like, all right, I'll try it. It sounds a little unprofessional. And then the second video there was a glitch, and I don't want to ruin the video, but I die, and then every time I respawn, I just respawn in the middle of a white background with nothing and just die. And I'm supposed to drink every time I die, so I'm sitting there fucking drinking and like trying to figure out how to hit escape at the right time to reload, which when I load, I have to drink again.
Well, let's back up for a second, because this video is going on the GameFront.com channel, and I think...
Oh, no, it's going on GameFront walkthroughs.
No, the update goes on the GameFront.com
channel. You're right.
So let's... People who may not be subscribed to
the... Oh, God!
Are you okay?
No! That's fucking boiling water! God damn it. Oh, usually I have to wait before I get the coffee over here, but I'm using this boiling thing right here. Oh, okay, go on.
Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't laugh at your.
I'm laughing too. It's all right.
I shouldn't laugh at your pain, but it's so damn funny. So yeah, I was gonna say, James, while you are in agonizing pain, can you please back up a second and let people know what exactly you're talking about, because it's not on the same channel.
Okay, Gary. Oh wait. It's day one, Gary's incident. And it's a story about an alcoholic that crashes his plane. And somebody in Campfire, our community thing for GameFront writers and bosses, said, oh, wouldn't it be funny if James was drunk while he played this alcoholic character? And I was like, okay, I can do that. And yeah, and so the first video, the thing was I was going to drink whenever I died, or like I was trying to figure out the rules, and then I said to the commenters, give me situations where I have to drink. Somebody said load screens, somebody said deaths. I was like, those are good ideas. Somebody also said autosaves, and I thought that would be too many. Probably should have taken autosaves and not the others, because the deaths, like the first video I didn't die that much.
Yeah, it's not Dark Souls, right?
It's not Dark Souls, but when you do die, man, you can die a lot of times in that game, especially if you save it right before you die. It's insane.
All right, so if that sounds interesting to you, go check that on the GameFront Walkthroughs channel. Also on the GameFront Walkthroughs channel, I just finished my walkthrough for Beyond Two Souls. So, James, you've been interested in that game, right?
I'm really interested. In fact, one of the reasons I wanted you to do the walkthrough so bad is because of how interested I am. And like, I loved Grand Theft Auto and felt really lucky to do a walkthrough of it. But I feel like I might have enjoyed it a little more if I could have just played it however I wanted to.
Right. That was actually the exact reason why I was like, sure, James, take Grand Theft Auto 5.
I wouldn't have
earned it.
I wouldn't have minded you saying that out loud because I don't think straight all the time. But yeah, and I enjoyed it. I mean, no complaints. I mean, that's one of the things of the job. But with that game, I had just come out of Grand Theft Auto, and I was like, man, I really want to play this game. Played the demo, loved it. But you've been a little, and I don't want to blow it out before you. I don't know if you're doing a review of it or if you're going to do a video review, but you didn't like it that much.
Yeah,
is that okay for me to say?
It's fair to say. I would say it's more that I expected a lot more from it. I did. By the end of the game, I would say it was a positive experience. But I expected a little more out of it. I loved Heavy Rain, and this definitely is not better than Heavy Rain. It's not even on the same plateau. But yeah, you mentioned the demo. One of the things that I wanted to bring up is the fact that the demo basically puts you into like three or four random scenes. And as a demo, you're like, okay, well, they're obviously trying to show off the best of the game. That's why they're not really in order. They're kind of just randomly placed. But the whole game is like that, James. The whole game is just random scene after random scene after random scene. And it's just a totally ineffective method of storytelling because there's no opportunity for you to really care about the characters, because every time you play, you're basically playing as a different character. Even though it's still Jody Holmes, you as a 11-year-old is much different than you as a 20-something-year-old. So I had trouble really becoming emotionally involved with the characters because of the fact that it was told in such whacked out order.
Now, I want to just preface this with, I think you're a very intelligent person, at least as smart as as smart as I am. Maybe smarter, but just from an artistic standpoint, have you seen the movie Memento?
I have seen the movie Memento. I think that's
now that has a
specific
specific order. You don't think that was their point? And I haven't played it, so I'm not saying that I know and you don't. I'm just asking, is it possible that perhaps their storytelling was done in an artistic way that's similar to the way that Memento told its story?
Here's the thing.
Would a second playthrough change your mind?
Here's the thing. Memento was done by Chris Nolan, and Chris Nolan is one of the best, directors, people involved with movies of all time. He's a genius when it comes to movies. David Cage is not. David Cage has some issues with his writing. He gets a lot of credit because he's really the trailblazer in this field of movie-like video games. But his writing is not the greatest.
I'm sorry, I don't want to interrupt you, but could you just really quick, so I know I don't know who that is. Probably Heavy Rain.
David Cage?
Did he do any movies, or is he just video games that are like
movies?
He's
the Quantic Dream guy, so he did.
All right.
He did Heavy
Sorry,
Rain,
didn't mean
Indigo Prophecy, etc.
Cool. All right, I just wanted to make sure that he wasn't a movie director.
The thing about Memento is that it wasn't told in order, but it was told in a very specific order that was done in a specific way, so that it revealed the important plot element at the end, rather than revealing it at the beginning and then working forward. The thing about Beyond is that there's no reason really for the messed up order. It's just all shuffled for no real reason. And when you get to the last part of the game, you basically play from one point and then you go straight through to the end, and it's all in continuous order. So I just don't understand why the first 3/4 of the game had to be all shuffled up if the last quarter is just going to be telling one continuous story.
Man, I mean, I trust your judgment, and you rarely do me wrong, but my gut says they had to have a reason. They couldn't have done it just because. Are you sure it wasn't over?
Very weak justification for why the story is told.
So there is a weak one.
It's a weak justification.
Okay.
So weak to the point where I'm just like, why did they even need this? So yeah, that's my biggest complaint. I have a bunch of other smaller complaints. I think the whole thing of moving the control stick in the direction of Jody to do an action rather than just having a prompt appear is kind of silly. I'm not sure if that changes from the difficulties, if you do an easier difficulty, if you do get a prompt. I just think it's stupid. If it's done to minimalize the stuff on the screen to make it feel like more like a movie and not a game, it's stupid because there's already other prompts that already take you out of that immersion. So
I was a little annoyed with that in the demo, and I don't know how much harder it gets, and this might just be me, but there was times where I couldn't quite tell because of the angles, which I thought were awesome angles, but I couldn't tell what button I was supposed to push because it felt like there wasn't an obvious direction for her. It was more of a camera angle that I was like, okay, well, it's kind of diagonal. My gut says push forward, but I don't know what they're going to say because there's not a solid direction to push.
Yeah. And then another issue I had with it is that a lot of the scenes kind of boil down to the same thing, and it's mostly the scenes that don't really have a connection, an overall strong connection to the overall plot. But a lot of the scenes kind of boil down to people are really mean to Jody. You either take it or you basically have a bunch of different actions to slightly vary the scene as to what Jody can do. And then by the end of it, you basically make a decision of how badly do you want to get revenge with Aiden. And it becomes very repetitive, and it just I got to a point where I told myself, if there's one more scene like this, like if I was actually playing it for personal reasons, I'd be like, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. Fortunately, it didn't come to that. But yeah, hold on, sorry. Got a phone call here. I'll have to call you back. What?
I just feel like that. You know how many phone calls I've had during this GameFront update?
Did I answer it?
No. But did I even look at it and lose the immersion for the audience that this is a live show? No. I didn't even look at it. I got a lot of phone calls. I'm popular.
You know what, James? Shut up. Your shit doesn't smell like roses.
Yeah, it does. It smells like roses.
So that's beyond. Yeah. Overall, if I had to give it a score, I'd probably give it a 7, solid 7.
I haven't played the game, so I can't say that I think that your score is correct. But I don't think that's a bad score to give games. I think that people. We've probably talked about it before. 7 should not be something that people are like, that's terrible. I think we need to reevaluate our 1 through 10 scoring system.
Yeah, and even though I sound hard on it, like I said, I overall had a positive experience with the game. It's, excuse me, the acting is phenomenal. Ellen Page and Willem Dafoe, as you would imagine, give pretty incredible performances. I will say, one thing that bothered me is their inconsistent pronunciation of Aiden.
Aiden, you mean?
It should be Aiden, but in the game they pronounce it Aiden. But with the exception of a couple times where they're like, where they call him Aiden, like it should be, and the director or whatever didn't call them on it. Yeah, the performances are spectacular. The music is spectacular. The graphics are beautiful. It's a great looking game. It's just for a game that places so much emphasis on the story and the storytelling, I felt a little disappointed.
I'm sorry to hear that. I'm gonna play it. I don't care. I'm not gonna be dissuaded. I might walk away from the same thing, but I love William Dafoe. I just think he's amazing. I don't care what he does. He's one of those guys. I wouldn't mind just having a camera on a wall to watch him take a shit. Like, the guy is talented doing what I put him in the same world as I do Christopher Walken, as I do Will Ferrell, which, I mean, obviously very different styles, but at the same time so charismatic that you just can't help but want to watch them.
Yeah, I mean,
and he does a great job. Please tell me he does a great job at his role, right?
Yeah, like I said, Willem Dafoe is incredible.
Yeah.
And it's pretty sad. The only thing I really know Willem Dafoe from is Spider-Man. I'm sorry.
Really?
Yeah, really.
You should watch The Boondock Saints.
Oh, that's right. I did watch the Boondock. Yeah, I did see him in that one too.
That's where he won me over. He's in a lot of stuff, but that was the first time I was like, oh, wait a second. Who is this guy? Okay, I like him.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I'm quoting that right. Is he in The Boondock
No,
Saints?
he definitely is in Boondock Saints.
Oh, thank God. I drank a little bit earlier, and I'm like, I hope that I'm not claiming my favorite role somebody's in is not even in the movie.
All right.
And he plays Spider-Man, one of my favorite superheroes.
He plays the Green Goblin in Spider-Man.
Same
James.
thing, pretty much.
Oh, man. All right. Well, anything else you wanted to talk about in this GameFront update?
3 things that all have to do with one thing. First of all, join the GameFront crew in the Rockstar Social Club. You can play with us in Grand Theft Auto 5 and any other Rockstar games. Secondly, I think Grand Theft Auto, despite what your experience was when it was still pretty broken, is a lot of fun. And thirdly, yesterday I recorded a test shoot because I plan on playing some games with subscribers and recording it. Sadly, my test shoot with a subscriber, I had it where I couldn't hear anything he said, so I was talking to somebody whose audio wasn't coming through. It was my own problem. Yeah, it was a bummer. It was a really good. The guy was awesome. He was from England. I don't remember what his name was, but I should say what it was. It was like ATEC something 16, but he was from England. We had a lot of fun playing together, and the guy was way better than I was, level 24, 25 in Grand Theft Auto. But I plan on playing some missions and having some fun with people. So please join up. If you're in PS3, we'll play together. If you're on Xbox, I'm sorry, I don't have it on Xbox. But eventually, I plan on getting it on PC. So if you end up with that, we'll play together. So please join GameFront's crew, which the acronym is GFRO.
Gafro.
Are you part of? You're part of it. You're
I
one
am,
of the
yeah,
lieutenants.
I joined it.
Cool.
I'm
That's
part of the
all I wanna say.
GameFront crew. But yeah, anything else? You got any more plugs that you want to do?
That's the big one. That's the big
West
one.
Side Comedy Theater on your shirt.
Damn right. Damn right. Working hard there. Oh, I mean, the last thing they need is more advertisement from me. But the Epic Rap Battle Season 3 started.
I'm sorry, but we should probably end this. This is the third time my girlfriend has called me in the last 10 seconds, so we should probably end this.
All right.
All right. Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like,
comment,
and subscribe.
Hey, sweetie.
Oh, please keep that in.